So today we're flying to a tiny little island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I've never heard of it, you've probably never heard of it, but this is a real world Qantas airline flight, and no, it's not Hawaii. Should be straightforward, right? Right. Alright, welcome back to the flight deck and our office for today's flight. It's been a while since we've flown the 737-800. We've been flying the 787 and we've been flying the A320, giving the 73 a little bit of a break after our flight to the Aero Mexico. But we're back, so let's go and get the thing turned on. We have ground power already connected by the ground crew. Get the battery on, just like that. And we'll go ahead and pop the ground power on.
Your crew has boarded.
Beautiful, there it is.
Passengers boarding started.
Get one of the fuel pumps on. We'll stand by on the APU. We'll go up top and get our IRS started aligning. That takes a bit of time to do. Get our window heat on, just like that. We're not going to do the wind anti-ice or probes or hydraulic pumps just yet. Again, we're on ground power, so no need to turn on the APU bleed or anything like that. We'll also got the logo lights on, and we'll have our position lights here in steady, just like that. That's basically our nav lights. And now over to the PMDG electric flight bag. We'll go to request data from SimBrief. I like to call it dispatch. You can see now here is our flights to the mystery island of Norfolk Island. So if I can zoom this out. Alright, if I zoom out here, you can see this is our flight headed to Norfolk Island, the mystery island for today. You can see it's in the middle of nowhere. You can't even see it on the map. It just looks like we have a incomplete flight plan. But yeah, it's there. Trust me, it's there. So as far as today, our flight is a distance of 954 miles. And we can go ahead and grab the weather in Sydney. We'll also tune into the ATIS here, 12625 here in Sydney, and we'll switch that over. Take a listen.
Kingsford Smith Airport information November 2234 Zulu, wind 305 at 8, temperature 12, dew point 09er, QNH 1026, landing and departing runways 34 right, 34 left, 25, transition level 110, bird activity in vicinity of airport, advise on initial contact, you have information November.
Alright, we have information November.
Kingsford Smith Airport information.
Alright, let's call up Sydney for our IFR clearance to Norfolk Island. Sydney clearance, Qantas 116, IFR to Norfolk Island, and we have information November.
Qantas 116 Sydney delivery, thanks for information November, expect runway 25. Climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors dipso. Squawk 0404.
Copy, expecting runway 25 up to 6,000 feet. Runway heading and then radar vectors to dipso. Squawk 0404. Qantas 116.
Qantas 116, read back correct. Contact ground 126.5 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Copy. We'll contact ground on 126.5 when ready for engine start. Qantas 116. We got our IFR clearance, and yes, you heard it. That was beyond ATC. That is AI generated ATC, and it sounds very realistic. Even has the Australian accent. I couldn't wait for Beyond ATC to come out for that exact reason. So I'm gonna go down into my FMC and go ahead and import my flight plan from SimBrief as well. One downside I will say is that they gave me runway 25, and I've been told by you Aussies in the comments that they don't really use runway 25. So I'm gonna request to change, but we'll see. I don't know if they'll let me change runways. Okay, boarding is complete, and we have our final weight and balance number. So our zero fuel weight is 57.8. Our planned and onboard fuel is 10.9. That's in kilograms. Our reserves 4.4, cost index 20, and for our cruise level today, it's gonna be 35,000 feet. I'm actually gonna make that change 350. It's gonna go right here in the top right. There's our cruise wind. We'll hit execute, And transition altitude out here is 10,000, I believe. We'll continue over to N1 limits and over to takeoff, flaps 5 for takeoff. We'll click next to CG. That's going to give us a CG of 24.7 and a trim of 4.88. So at the moment, they have given us runway 25. And it's going to be the Sydney 3 departure. We're going to request to change that. We'll see how they handle it. They might not allow us to, but hopefully they do. All right, and now we have our V-speeds, now that I put my runway in of 139, 141, and 151. And we are just about ready to go. Let's go and get our APU into the start position, just like that. Okay, APU is on. We'll pop on the APU gens, both left and right. We'll also go to the top right here and get our APU bleed on. And our pack set to auto, which they already are. And our trim air is on.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 179. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 8 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices...
Sydney ground. Qantas 116 is ready for push and start with information November at stand 4.
Qantas 116, Sydney ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and start approved, facing west. Qantas 116.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten
Starting
the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by pressing the button. Keep it done up low and tight during takeoff, landing.
There's a red tag and mouthpiece for inflation and a whistle and light. And remember, only inflate your life jacket after you leave the aircraft.
Let's start on 2, starting 1.
And you have mask on board too. If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above. Put it on quickly and tighten the strap. Oxygen will flow.
All aircraft be advised information Oscar outbound QNH 1026.
Alright, pushback is complete and we are ready to taxi. And like I said, we're going to request 3-4 right. Let's see what the ATC says. Flight attendants are still doing a safety briefing. Qantas has quite a long safety briefing video. So Sydney ground, Qantas 116 is ready for taxi, requesting runway 34 right.
Negative. Clarify departure runway 25 and taxi via Charlie, Bravo 4, Golf, Echo.
He doesn't want to give it to me.
Isn't allowed on Qantas. This is my magic place, Rome, the Eternal City. We are back for the first time in years to surprise our family.
Alright, flaps 5. Alright, quick flight control check. Right, center, left, center. There we go. And rudder pedals, right, left. All looks good, guys. Let's go. Alright, we're coming up toward the runway 25 for departure. You guys are gonna hate me here in Australia for using runway 25, but I'm just doing what ATC told me to do. But anyways, we're headed up to Norfolk Island again, aka I call it the Mystery Island, the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Ocean. Our
Qantas
flight time.
116, contact Sydney Tower 135.1. Have a good day.
Over 135.1, Qantas 116. Alright, switching over to tower 135.1 here on my radio. So stand by. But we'll be cruising at 35,000 feet on our way to Norfolk Island. Expecting about a 2.5 hour flight time one way, and then we will have a return trip, which will probably be off camera. But here we are holding short at Echo, runway 25. Let's call up tower. Sydney Tower, Qantas 116 is holding short runway 25 at Echo, ready to go. Wow, look at that MD-11, FedEx MD-11 on the way in. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to fly that myself. Oh, I can't wait. I definitely see a butter landing and a freight airline in my future with Simbit World. Oh yeah. Alright, finals clear, and we're taking runway 25. That FedEx MD-11 is clear of the runway, and we've been cleared for takeoff. Heading 240 at 6,000 feet. 4% N1 here. And Toga. Maybe not. And Toga. Let's go. Alright, rolling. A little bit of forward pressure there on the yoke. Airspeed's alive.
8 knots.
8 knots cross check. Draw to hold. Very nice runway texture here in Sydney.
V1. Rotate.
Okay. The left there, a bit of a crosswind.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Over to departure 129.7, Qantas 116. That's gorgeous.
Qantas 116 cleared direct dipso. Resume own navigation.
Clear direct dipso, resume own navigation. Qantas 116. Alright, we're clear to go straight to dipso. We go to our legs page, we'll click on dipso here. And we'll put that up top. Hit execute. Like that, and then we'll hit nav mode. Boom. Now the aircraft is now flying directly to dipso, which is the first waypoint on our actual flight plan. So we're basically on our own from here. We'll still have ATC. Will still give us frequency changes as we go through the different airspaces. But now we are on the actual flight plan, so we do no longer need the radar vectors. So very nice by Beyond ATC. Definitely impressed by the program and love it for flights like this, where you're kind of flying in areas that are not, necessarily covered, or even at times that are not typical. And here we are, folks. We have reached our top of climb here at 35,000 feet on the way to Norfolk Island. Tiny little island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We're about an hour and a half away from there as we speak. I don't know a whole lot about this tiny little island. I've never been there. I'm pretty confident that no one is watching this video, unless you're from this area, has actually ever heard of or been to this island. All I know about this tiny little island is that it has about 2,000 people living there today. It's kind of like a tourist getaway place. It's kind of like a secret hidden gem out here. It's supposed to have some beautiful water, some really nice surfing waves, some nice mountains for hiking or sightseeing, and all kind of actually really cool stuff that like you would expect on an island, right? A lot of tourist things, but there's people there. Great community, from what I've learned from Google and YouTube videos, but I don't know much about it. As far as aviation, I believe Qantas has just a few flights out there per week, and this is actually one of them from Sydney to Norfolk that we're flying right now. There's also a Brisbane out there as well to Norfolk. Again, about a 2.5 hour flight. Only a few flights a week, every few days. So it's a very desolate, very chill place and community. I'm really looking forward to flying out here today. I've been wanting to show off some places that Qantas flies to that are kind of like unique and out of the ordinary, and I feel like this is a perfect example of that. Pretty cool. Again, 2 hours, east of Australia, 2 hours north of New Zealand, and yeah, pretty cool place. So we'll see it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Not much to look at right now out the windows. We're flying over the Pacific Ocean, just some clouds, which will probably clear up here in just a little bit. But enjoy the ride, sit back, chill. Thank you for riding along, and I'll catch you as we descend into Norfolk Mystery Island. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, this is your captain speaking. We have reached our top of descent into Norfolk Island. We should be arriving in about 10 minutes or so. Weather's looking pretty calm and clear. We had partly cloudy skies, nice and fair weather. Hope you've enjoyed the ride so far, and hope you're excited for your escape on Norfolk Island, a beautiful place. But in the meantime, please ask that you stay in your seats, fasten your seatbelts, and prepare for arrival into Norfolk Island. Thanks for flying Qantas. Man, this is crazy. I still don't see the island. Like, this place is legit tiny. Looking out the window and I see nothing. But let's go ahead and brief our approach and arrival into Norfolk Island, because I know that I need it, and hopefully you guys can help me out a little bit. So, you can see here, this is a Navigraph charts here. This is the approach we are planning to do. Is the RNAV X-ray runway 29er. So this is kind of the approach. It's going to have us coming over. That sounds horrible. No. Rewind. Alright, this is our arrival. The RNP X-ray runway 29er. We will be crossing over the Becky waypoint, and it will continue at 3,300 feet to Amsterdam at a max of 210 knots right here as we make the left arc in turn for a short final for the visual approach for runway 29. Thankfully, the weather is pretty nice at 220, 13 knots, clear skies, scattered 29,000, overcast at 3,800, and temperatures 18, dew point 13, QNH is 1014. I've already put that all in the aircraft. We're all ready to go on that front. No ILS, no help. I mean, we do have the RMP. That'll help guide us to the runway. It's gonna be kind of weird because most of this approach is gonna be all over water, so it's gonna be kind of, we might kind of get disoriented, but we should be just fine. Decision height 690, mandatory 2,000 feet here at Buddha. So let's just make sure that we make that. That is kind of the most important point on here. But if we go out, we can see we are approaching here from the west. There's Becky right there. We'll make a right turn and arc in to the left. Pretty cool, man. I kind of like approaches like this where it's not just a straightforward ILS. I mean, it's not the most complicated approach for sure, but, you know, it reminds me slightly of the one we did back in Bogota, but probably easier. So we'll see. Hopefully no surprises from here, but I'll do my best to get the best butter here. Again, every landing really counts for Simbit World because you'll be judged by that. You get your pilot rating is judged by that. Your experience is judged by that. And we want to make sure that we have the highest rating possible so that when I go and, you know, apply for my next airline, they just can't say no. Okay, we're making our left base turn via the RNAV X-ray arrival. We're passing 4,000 feet. Again, we need to make sure we're at 2,000 by Buddha. Sadly, we can't see anything so far. We're just kind of in the clouds. Actually, hold on, take that back. There the island is right there. You can just barely see it. We'll get a better look at it as we descend down beneath these clouds. But looking so far so good. Right now we're still on VNAV, still on autopilot. But I cannot wait to get down there. Alright, we're going to be about 10 miles away right now as we kind of arc into that runway 29er approach here in Norfolk Island. I have no idea where the runway is, so we're going to be kind of dependent on our instruments to kind of get us in the right direction until we can get a good visual of runway. That on our left is what's known as Phillip Island, I believe, which is not very well modeled right now, but it's actually a beautiful island in real life. You can actually go there. I don't think anyone lives there, but you can definitely go hiking there. Matter of fact, someone might live there. I'm not really sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop the gear. We're going to get configured nice and early. We've never been here before, and whenever I fly to a new place, it's kind of unfamiliar, a little different. I like to get everything ready early, just to make sure we're ahead of the aircraft. We already have our QNH set 1014, land lights on, gears coming down. We'll put our engines into continuous here. Beautiful. Aircraft is still on autopilot. Have very, very good visibility down low underneath these cloud tops. And I do have visual on the runway now. There it is. How about we fly it from here? First time into Norfolk Island. First time ever hearing about Norfolk Island. I think I want to accept the challenge and fly it in myself from here. Autopilot off. We'll cancel that, and my controls go auto throttle off as well. There it is. I fully have the controls. We'll drop the flaps. We'll do flaps 30 here. It's going to get lined up. About 6,000 feet of runway here in Norfolk Island, so plenty for a 737. Not too concerned about that at all. Alright, go all the way down to flaps 30. There we go. Alright, I got the good on the slope right now. We're a bit off to the right. Get it trimmed up a little bit better. Keep that speed coming back. Looking for, I think, 146 there on approach speed. Coming back past VREF. Look, this is a beautiful island right here. Very cool. I don't think the water, though, really mimics what it looks like in real life. The waters around this island are bright blue here in the Pacific Ocean. Alright, a little bit of power, a little bit of a crosswind there. Looking okay, though. This place is known for having lots of livestock, farms, cattle farming. A very tight community. But here we are, guys, on a short, looks to be 3-mile final. Norfolk Island. Beautiful approach. So distractingly beautiful approach. Let's focus here. Let's land the plane a little fast. Bring that power back. We're a little high as well. Not a lot of extra runway for us, so we're going to put it right on the piano keys down there. There we go. Up, 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 up. Power, power, power. Power, power, power. Not looking good. Not looking good. Alright, wind shear. We're going to go around. Full power. Toga thrust. And gear up. Didn't feel good about that one, guys. We're going to go and do that one again. We're going to do that again. Lost way too much power there towards the end. Flaps up as well. Everything is yelling at us. That's okay. I got it under control. I got it under control. There it is. We're alright. We're alright. We'll climb back up to 2,000 feet and we'll make another attempt. Alright, autopilot off. What you say we try this again? Alright, turn to the left. It's going to be a nice, very short final. Back on the runway 29. Going to hold 2,000 feet just for a little bit as we're in this turn. Our speed is going to come back, but that's what we want because we're a little fast right now. Let's be on approach. Coming in for the visual. Now, one thing I'm learning is that the runway is actually not sea level. I kind of was expecting for some reason for it to be, but it's actually kind of up on a plateau, so the runway is a little higher than I expected. All right, here we come for take 2 into Norfolk Island. We're a little high, but that's nothing I can't adjust. The power's coming back there a little bit. I have full control of the aircraft. Once again, really like the approach, like the area. Middle of freaking nowhere in the Pacific Ocean. Alright, we do have a crosswind. We saw the windsock when we came in for our last attempt, and it was definitely crabbing to the right. So we'll keep that nose pointed to the left here for a little bit. This will be some good practice to practice crosswind landings. It's not too strong though, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, let's keep that power in this time. Keep that power in. We're a little high. Actually, we're still high. I'm gonna bring it down. Come on. Very nice scenery. Come on. A little slow. Power.
Sync rate.
We got it.
Sync rate.
We got it. Ooh, buddy. Oh my gosh.
30.
Oh man.
20.
Yeah, I don't like it. Try it again.
10.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Bro, this island got some kind of curse on it. You're up. Okay, my controls, take 3, here we go. Again, gear is down, flaps should be down to flaps 30, yep. We are high again. So we're gonna pull the power back and point the nose down and let her bleed off some speed. Get down low. We do have the crosswind, we know that. We know what to expect. It is definitely some choppy winds happening, rolling over these hills. Down here. There we go. What do you think? Can we do it this time? We got this, Blue. We got this. Just a little crosswind. That's all. That is all. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Sync rate.
Ooh, baby. That thing falls out of the sky. That's all right. Just a little power. Just a little power. We're still in there. We're still in there. Oh, she's floating. Oh, she's floating. Oh, she's sliding. We're down. We are down. Oh, baby. Oh, it wasn't pretty. Full max reverse. Trying to get a stop before the end of the runway. And I'm gonna slam on the brakes here at the end too. Woo, baby. I gotta admit, that is not one I'm proud about. That is not one approach that I am proud of, but I believe we got our customers on the ground here safely. And it wasn't a hard landing. We'll see what it looks like in the replay.
The local time is 12:45 p.m.
I'm a little disappointed in myself. I feel like we could have did better. It felt so stable until like right before the runway, like the hill, like the mountain kind of dips, and I just feel like it just drops, like it just wants to stall, like it drops out of the sky right there. So, well, that was a bit more exciting than I had planned. But at the end of the day, we still got a score of 97 and a landing rate of -139. Block time was about 2 hours and 41 minutes. I'll tell you what, if we had gone around another time, we might have had to go to our alternate. It was getting that close. But yeah, landing G-force was 1.09, XP 697. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, on paper, it was a good flight. You can see here our even more detailed flight statistics from Simbit World. It shows all of our go-arounds, all of our attempts. Again, I did not touch the wheels down on those 2 go-around attempts, but we got our final airspeed, the pitch, bank angle, heading, all that good stuff right there. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But guys, thank you so much for riding along. This has been a lot of fun. I'm going to keep the series going. As I said, thank you guys so much for asking about it and watching and riding along. A lot of big things planned in the future. As a lot of you guys already know, I have plans. I've already saved up enough money. Matter of fact, I can show you right now. Back here on the dashboard, you can see we are a senior first officer. We just got that promotion just a few flights ago. We now have $7,000 in our bank account, which is enough to buy the 777 license. Yes, so we will be buying the 777 license soon. First, we got to find an airline, you know, who hires 777 pilots, because that's the next plane I'm planning to fly. That might not be in the next video. It's highly dependent on a certain airline. You know, some new 777s are on order. So when that comes, best believe we will be flying the 777 with a certain airline. So that's gonna become, stay tuned. If you have any suggestions of what airline that should be that we fly our new 777 with, please let me know. But I've been enjoying Qantas, but sadly they don't have one, so we're gonna have to find a new airline. But we're doing good. We're now getting paid $71 an hour, and we have 219 hours under our belt as we speak. So I gotta hop back in the flight deck and fly this thing back to Sydney, and on a few other flights I gotta do as well before the next video. But guys, thank you so much. But remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all. You got peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. Thank you.